The Signal. Part 1. I had just moved into the old house on Elm Street. It was supposed to be a quiet place, perfect for focusing on my studies. But as I unpacked, I found something strange in the basement, a large, outdated machine. It looked like an amplifier, with knobs, dials, and a small camera attached to it. The wires snaked around the floor like veins, connecting to a remote control that felt unusually heavy in my hands. The machine was intriguing, so I decided to experiment with it. The moment I switched it on, the hum of electricity filled the room, and the camera activated, focusing on the corner of the basement. That's when I saw it. A figure, low to the ground, moving unnaturally. It was a crawl. The creature was shadowy, its limbs too long, and its movements jagged, as though it were glitching through reality. The machine projected its image onto the wall, but it wasn't just a recording, it felt real, like the creature was in the room with me. I turned off the machine immediately. My heart pounded, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. The next day, 3 boys from the neighborhood came over. They were curious about the machine after I mentioned it in passing. Despite my unease, I decided to show them. When I turned it on, the crawl reappeared. This time, it was clearer. The boys laughed nervously, but they couldn't take their eyes off it. The creature didn't move much, just swayed slightly, but its presence was suffocating. One of the boys, Chris, stepped closer to the machine. "This is insane," he muttered. "It's like it's looking at me." I noticed something else. The crawl wasn't just a reflection, it reacted. When I moved the camera, it followed my focus. When I zoomed in, it stared directly at the lens. That night, I decided to put the machine away. Something about it felt wrong. But when I went to the basement the next morning, the crawl was gone, and so was the remote. Things got worse after that. The 3 boys began acting strangely. They stopped coming over to talk and started avoiding me entirely. When I passed by their houses, I saw them sitting silently in dark rooms, their eyes closed as though they were in a trance. One night, I peeked into Chris's room. The door was slightly open, and I saw him sitting in front of a blank wall, whispering to himself. His head tilted unnaturally, and his hands twitched like he was mimicking the crawl's movements. Then I heard it, a faint static noise, like a radio out of tune, coming from somewhere deep inside the house.
Spawnpointstories.